So I'm Denise Harding, and I am a pastry chef. And I have been doing for the last 30 some odd years Cajun pastries, and these are my grandmother's recipes. A lot of these are 100-year-old recipes. So what I do at most of the festivals, I demonstrate Bené, which is sesame seed pralines. You know, you get them on top of hamburger buns and stuff. But my grandfather grew them here, and he's from North Lafayette. So what he said is that in the 1930s, it became commercial here, and that was the main cooking oil in the United States, was sesame oil. So I'm sure somebody approached these farmers to grow them. And my uncle said that the plant had a beautiful, beautiful purple flower, and it was very tall and it stunk. That's what he remembers, it stunk. So it makes a little pod once the flowers are pollinated. And so she started putting it in her pralines and cookies. And again, these are 100-year-old recipes. So the pralines, you know, it's butter, it's cream, and they had a farm. So everything came from the farm. The cream came from the cow, the butter came from the cow, and the raw sugar, because that's what they use. They use raw sugar from the mill. And back in the day before they had wax paper, they used to put them out on banana leaves. It's what they had around the farm. Another good thing is because we're in South Louisiana and it's a subtropical climate, there was all kinds of things to be made. You know, there was pecans, there was blackberries, there was mulberries, there was all kinds of things. So there was a lot of desserts that were made, and that's what my grandmother did. You'd have to put up all these fruits and vegetables, so you'd be canning. So you'd be sitting in the heats during the makshu and the okra. I remember my mom having big pots on the stove, all 4 burners, and we would be sitting there, and nobody has these recipes anymore. And so that was well, that's how I got the cookbook going. So when I make this, when I talk about this, it's like my grandmother's right there, my mother's here. That's gonna make me cry. They're here and I'm keeping them alive. I'm keeping my family tradition alive, and I'm really the only one doing it now. Out of all the family, nobody does this. I started realizing that all these old recipes that she did, nobody knew about them. And I started doing festivals. My mom did festivals, she did braided rugs, and my husband Dale, he does the boussillage. So I started doing these old recipes, and I started going and demonstrating them at festivals. And what I found is all these older Cajuns would come up to me, and I had a lady come up, and I don't remember what she bought, but she tasted it. She tasted whatever it was, and she started crying, and she said, my grandmother used to make this. And that's when I knew I had to continue doing what I did.